killer sight in the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Fernando Pimentel of ThaBoxingvoice.com here with Hugo Centeno. Hugo, the last time we saw you, you were on HBO. You were fighting James De La Rosa. Great knockout victory. We haven't seen you since then. Update the fans and let them know what's going on.
Unfortunately, I had a little falling out with my old manager. Decided to split ways. A lot of people, they'll jump to conclusions because they don't know what's going on. I was approached by Haymon, and I was offered a good deal. I feel like it was a good way to go, the best way to go for my career. So we signed with Haymon last month, and we're looking for something big, man.
So you're a new addition to the Haymon stable. Yeah. You're now actually moving up from 154 going to the middleweight division. And we just saw a middleweight fighter right now, somebody who you have actually spoken about before, and that is Alfredo Angulo. Alfredo, a lot of people say he's a shell of himself and everything. You fought James De La Rosa, who beat him. You beat him. Is that something that you're looking forward to, maybe a meetup with Alfredo Angulo in the near future?
Hopefully, maybe get in a fight, just to get the ring rust off. And I would love to fight Alfredo Angulo. He's a tough fighter. He's a warrior, someone who's going to go out on their shields. And, styles make fights. Just because De La Rosa beat him and I beat De La Rosa doesn't mean, necessarily that I'm going to beat Angulo. I would love to fight him and she'll give the fans a good show.
Now talk to us about, not necessarily the Haymon deal, but how you were approached and what made you realize or what made you sign with Haymon.
After I got out of contract, and I want to say it was the end of January, I was approached through my coach, who's Eric Brown now, and he offered me the deal. Al Haymon called me personally, and he asked me, I would like for you to join my stable, and he's this is what it's gonna be, this is what I can offer, and it just seemed like a good opportunity for my career, and at the end of the day, fans don't understand that. You guys only get to see what goes on in the limelight. You guys don't get to see what goes on behind the scenes. So, I can't give you guys, the whole story, but now things are going better for me, and I feel like this is going to be a better way for my career.
Now, you mentioned Coach Eric Brown was the reason why this happened and everything. Coach Eric Brown, as we know, has people like Paul Malignaggi, Peter Kid Chocolate Quillen. You've trained with both of them. You've actually sparred Peter Quillen. Yeah, you sparred both of them.
Yeah.
All right, so it just seems like it worked perfect, right? It was just like destiny just made that happen, right?
Right. And, working with champions like that, I feel like they both gave me that nudge that it was the right direction to go in for my career.
Now, let's break down what we just saw here earlier today. We saw Robert Guerrero versus Aaron Martinez. One scorecard had it 94-95 for Martinez. Another one had it 95-94 for Guerrero. And then what I feel is a horrendous card, 97-92 for Guerrero. I honestly thought it was a closer fight. How did you see that fight?
I honestly thought it could have been a draw, or it could have gone either way, because it was a very close fight. Martinez came and put up a hell of a show, and, he left it all out there for the fans. And, unfortunately, they gave the fight to Robert, but I think it should have been fair enough for a draw.
So it was fair enough according to you for a draw. There really wasn't a close winner here.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, it was a close fight, but I don't think, that horrendous card that you saw, I don't think it should have been that way.
Now, describe to us what you felt when you saw the knockdown, because you actually had a very good view of the corner right there when it happened. It's like Guerrero took body punches, his hands went down, and just two body punches to the face, and it was down to the floor. That was surprising to everybody here, because no one gave Martinez really a shot.
Well, going into this fight, I didn't give Martinez a shot because, the guy only has 4 knockouts. Not to say, punches don't tickle, you know what I mean? But, Robert Guerrero can take a punch, you know what I mean? He's taking shots from Keith Thurman, Andre Berto, guys that are heavy hitters. And, I didn't give Martinez too much of a shot, especially not putting him down. So when he put him down, it showed a lot for Martinez.
Now, again, when you fought James De La Rosa, it was somewhat of Hugo Centeno getting a name.
I'm here with Hugo Centeno. I'm going to give you the interview.
My boy John Molina.
John Molina interrupting the interview. Always a good time with him. But all right, when you fought James De La Rosa, it wasn't really that big of a co-feature considering you're not that big of a name yet.
Right.
James De La Rosa got a name off of beating Angulo, and it was just a coming-up fight. That's what a lot of people saw that with Aaron Martinez, that he wasn't the no-name and he was coming in versus Robert Guerrero, and he was getting his Rocky moment. Do you think he got what he deserved, or do you think he should be given more credit?
I honestly think he should be given more credit because, as Robert Guerrero has shown, he's one hell of a fighter. He leaves it all out there. He always puts on a great show, and he'll go through thick and thin to win a fight. And for Martinez to show the crowd that he can get through Robert Guerrero, you know, it speaks a lot about Martinez. The guy has a lot of heart, and I feel like he's opened a lot of doors for himself.
Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, Hugo Centeno is now with Haymon. He will look for a fight as soon as possible and then look for the bigger names. Hugo, anything else that you have to say with the fans? And do you have any social media sites that they could follow you?
You know, I want to thank all the fans that always support me. You guys are always at the fights. Support me on social media. You know, thank all you guys, each and every one of you guys. Without you guys, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And you guys could follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's HugoBoss805.
Here with Hugo the Boss Centeno, Fernando Pimentel for the Boxing Voice signing off. See you guys at the fights.